I'll show you. We can make it if we try. I know you. I'm just trying to give you something real. Hope you feel the way I feel. Love is real.
What's good, favorite squad guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Charles.
And I'm Alyssa.
And guys, today we got to tell y'all a little story time.
A little?
Well, a big story time. About how we lost over $25,000.
And?
And ruined our anniversary.
And?
Now I'm not a passport gang anymore. Yeah, so I'm still a little sad from this story. So guys, if I feel down, if I sound down, that's why.
Yeah, he's still affected. I'm kind of like over it now because what can we do? We can't do anything. But if you don't know, our anniversary was October 3rd and we had plans to go to Paris.
So for you guys who don't know, we have plans to go to Paris, okay? Because a lot of people ain't gonna know Paris.
They know what Paris means.
I don't know, some people don't.
Okay, Paris. We planned a really, really nice trip for our anniversary.
I don't even want to say we. I planned
something
very special for Alyssa.
You did?
I mean, the whole trip is paid.
Well, I knew about the trip.
Yeah, but
I didn't know if
there was other stuff already that was planned that I had to like cancel.
But it didn't happen, so why didn't you tell me?
Because I have to surprise you. We was gonna have dinner in the Alpha Tower and all that stuff, and then I had to call and cancel. Well, not call and cancel, really like email and cancel. But at the same time, I don't want to say too much because it's still things that we're gonna do in the future.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so we ended up not going, and we're about to take you along the story time because a lot of shit happened, and it's kind of crazy. Like at this point, I'm taking it as like a blessing in disguise. Because I truly feel like everything happens for a reason, and we weren't supposed to go. Because all odds were against us. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of situations that happened to try to like not get us on that flight.
And it happened. So
let's start from the beginning.
All right, guys. So from the beginning, so I wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
And I get a text message from our airline. Yeah. Which is WestJet. I never heard of WestJet, honestly. So I booked these tickets really through like a travel agent, and I've never heard of WestJet. So that's already a red flag for me.
Yeah, I was in the shower and I got out and he's like, our flight got delayed. I'm like, damn, like I packed the night before. I was ready to get on our early flight. And he said, the flight got delayed. I'm like, okay. But then we had to take 2 flights to get to Paris.
Yeah, so we had to go through, sorry if we cut each other off, guys.
No, go.
So we had to go through Canada to get to Paris. We had like a little hour or
layover.
2 layover. So we get to the airport, our flight is delayed, but we get there really early. So our flight leaves at 5, we get there at 12. Just to get there, get our bags checked in, we were gonna sit in the lounge and kind of just cool out because we were like, well, we cannot miss this flight.
Yeah, and also like he had to like figure out like what we're gonna do because the flight did get delayed. So I'm thankful that we did get there early.
Yeah.
I want to tell them about the bag situation because I'm kind of like confused. He is the one that handles everything when we travel. I just pack for us. So you tell them about the bag situation.
Okay, so we get to the airport, right? We get there at 12. Our flight from, see, it's hard to explain.
No, so our first flight got delayed, not the second one, and it was gonna run into the second one.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? Because I'm still kind of pissed off. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, she wants to film this video. I'm like, babe, right now it ain't the best time.
I feel like we gotta tell them because we didn't celebrate. We didn't share anything. I had some plans, I had some pics, I had some things that I really wanted to do while we were there. And it kind of just
messed up.
It got a bad taste in our mouth and we just didn't even do anything.
Yeah, our flight originally was from Phoenix to I think like somewhere in Canada, and then from somewhere in Canada to Paris, because I don't know nothing about Canada, okay?
Yeah.
Our flight from Phoenix to Calgary was delayed, and our flight from Calgary to Paris was not delayed. So I get to the airport, I'm like, okay, so how's this gonna work? Because we're not gonna make that flight.
Yeah.
And if we don't make that flight, the next flight that leaves from
the next day.
That place is the next day. So it's like we gotta stay there. So we're already missing out a day or 2 in Paris because of you guys.
And also, like, I don't want to deal with that. Like, where's our luggage gonna go?
Yeah.
If like our luggage is gonna go now, like where is it gonna like end up while like we wait for it? I just get really scared about checking bags, and we had some expensive stuff in our checked luggage, like clothes wise. So I was like, ugh, like I don't want our bags to just like disappear, and then we get there and we can't find them, and it's like a mess. So he was talking to the
airline people.
Nice lady at the counter. She helped us.
But she was super nice.
She was super nice. She was super helpful.
But she didn't get what I was trying to say.
Yeah, she wasn't gonna check our bags.
Yeah,
basically.
she didn't want to check our bags because it was like a 30-minute layover. So when we get off the flight, we would have to grab our bags and go through like not TSA but like customs and then put them back on the flight, and we wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, and she said we don't have time to do that. So basically, you can't check your bags.
But in my mind, I'm thinking like we can make this.
We're gonna
make this flight.
Like
trust
just
me.
check our bags to
check
Paris.
our bags, and we gonna get on this flight.
Yeah, we're gonna make it.
We gonna run because I'm thinking she think that like people don't run through the airport. Like people run through the airport, and people get ahead of people if they are late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to explain to her like, yo, listen, just check our bags because we're for sure gonna make this flight.
We're gonna make it. She said no again. So then Charles had to get on and call the travel agency. It was a whole thing. They're like, just check the bags.
Yeah.
So then he had to go back down, tell her, just check the bags. She checked our bags.
Yeah.
Cool. We said we're gonna make it. We're all like looking at each other like we're confident, like we can just run from gate to gate, grab our bag, and then go on the next flight.
Yeah.
So we check our bags. We go up. We're like, we're a little hungry.
Yeah.
So I get some McDonald's. Charles is like kind of freaking out about the second flight and making it. So he's like, I'm just gonna sit down and check us in and make sure like we're all good so we can just run to the next flight.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So I get breakfast. I sit back down. We're eating. I'm like, babe, like chill out. We're gonna make it. It's fine. Cause I could tell he was getting like a little worried about it. I'm like, it's gonna be fine. If worst comes to worst, we just gotta spend the night in Canada and we'll just get on the next flight.
But mind you, I'm worried about our bags.
Yeah.
Because I have my jewelry in the bags, and I really don't want to check the bag. But I'm like, okay.
And I told him not to put the jewelry.
I got all my jewelry in the bags, and I'm like, shit, like this might not be a good idea. When you listen more, it was not a good idea.
So he's freaking out. I'm eating. I feel like this is like a foreshadow moment.
Yeah.
I see his boarding passes on the ground, like under a McDonald's bag. I'm like, whose boarding passes are those? Because our cameraman's with us too. So I'm like, whose boarding passes are those? They ain't mine because mine's in my purse, like all organized. And then he lifts up the bag and they're Charles's. I was like, you should put that like away so you don't lose it. Remember me saying that?
Yeah.
I was like, why is the boarding pass on the ground?
And I remember earlier in that day, you was like, hey, you want me to keep your passport in
Mind
your,
you, no. Back it up. Mind you, I am the one that holds on to the boarding passes, the passports, our IDs, everything. I hold on to that just because I know I'm not gonna lose it. That's my job. So the night before, I put both of our passports in my purse that I was gonna be traveling with. When I woke up and when I looked through the bag to make sure I got the IDs, my wallet, my passport, there was one missing. And I'm like, where's your passport? Did you take it out? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it. Him. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it. I got it. I'm like, are you sure? I literally said, are you sure? Are you sure? He's like, yeah, I got it. I'm like, okay. There's another moment after we got out of security where our cameraman was like, Charles, you wanna hold on to my boarding pass? I said, I don't think that's a good idea because he'd be losing shit. If anybody, I need to hold on to it. And then I saw Charles put his boarding pass in his like little, what's that thing called? Little man purse thing.
Yeah.
Put it in there.
That's what it's called.
And then everyone had their boarding passes and their passports. That's the last time I saw his passport.
Yeah.
You want to fast forward to how anxious you were?
So I'm all anxious. I'm sitting down and they're like slowly eating and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, listen. We got to the airport at 12. We literally have been dealing with our bag situation for hours. So now at this point, the flight's about to board. Like we're like literally like probably an hour out from the flight boarding. So I'm like, yo, we need to get closer to the gate. So let's say the gate is at like A29. Well, we're at like A16 eating McDonald's. And I'm like, yo, we need to push this toward the damn gate.
And he got up really quick. And I was like, babe,
saying?
why are you rushing? He got up so quick. Our cameraman was like, still finishing eating. I was like,
Because-
he's like, we're about to miss our flight.
Yeah, so I'm all like anxious because I'm really worried about these flights. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I know what's going on because I spent the money. We spent the money, but I spent the money on the trip.
Like
so
he
I'm
knows
like,
exactly how
I
much
know exactly
everything was.
how much everything is. So I'm more like, yo, everybody needs to hurry up and eat and move
We need to get on
faster
this
than
flight.
what y'all doing because we have a flight to catch.
Yeah, and I'm like, babe, it hasn't even boarded yet. Like, we're good. He's rushing to the gate. I'm with him, whatever. And then, so we're just chilling at the gate.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of candy. I'm eating it.
Yeah.
We're all chit-chatting, having a good time. Like, actually, like, in good spirits. Like,
yeah, it's great
after
spirits.
like your anxiety like went down, we were all like laughing, talking shit, like just chilling.
We get to the gate and they're like, hey, you know, it boards in such and such minutes. 15 minutes.
No, our group was like next to go.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, so listen. Everybody make sure everybody got everything before we go on this flight. Everybody start checking.
I got mine. Cameraman got his.
Jonas got his. Alyssa got hers. And all of a sudden, I don't got mine.
All of a sudden, he's like, where's my passport? My heart literally dropped. Everyone's looking through their shit.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm opening my purse. I'm throwing everything around. He's like, do you got my passport? I was like,
yeah.
I don't got your passport.
So
Jonas, you got the passport? I don't got the passport.
So
we're emptying out his backpack. Sorry. That's how frantic it was. You're acting so chill. It was actually very frantic.
So I'm going through my bag and I'm just like throwing everything, right? Because I got a book bag and I got my saddle bag, and I'm like going through it all, like checking my laptop stuff, checking everything that I have, and I'm like, okay, where's my passport? Where's my wallet? I don't have neither. We get to the gate and I tell them like, hey, like, you gonna have to hold this
Mind
plane.
you, it's the same lady that was helping us with the check bag. So
Yeah.
we're familiar faces, right?
Yeah.
I was like, he lost his passport. What? Because she already knows like all the hassle we just went through with the bags.
Yeah.
And then like we put all our stuff up I literally looked through my purse probably like 30 times.
My neck is twitching right now.
It's it's triggering you. Oh, it is.
Yeah. My
Oh my
shoulder.
God, it is twitching.
That's how mad I am inside.
So she was nice. She held the plane.
Yeah.
And we ran. We went back to where we were eating at. No passport, no wallet to be found.
So I'm thinking, cause she said that, hey, like whose boarding pass is that on the ground? I always have my saddle bag with me when I take flights. So I always put it under my leg like this, and then I set it on the ground. That way it can never really leave me. If you try to take my saddle bag or you try to take something from me, you literally have to take my foot. And I never really have it here because, I don't like to like eat and all this stuff. Like, when you put our stuff down, I put it all right here next to my foot. I'm thinking like, okay, I got up super fast. Jonas is our cameraman. So it's like, okay, he's the one that threw away the McDonald's. So I'm like, okay, did he throw it away?
Yeah, because all I'm thinking about too is the boarding passes.
Yeah.
I remember vividly seeing the boarding passes and saying something about it. I'm like, it's in the trash can with
Yeah.
the McDonald's bag.
Yeah. So I'm like, did he throw it away? So I'm like, okay. I tell the lady, hey, I don't have my passport. She's like, what? After everything you've been through today? And I'm like, somebody stole it, but I'm gonna act like it might be in the trash. So I'm like, okay, hold the flight. She's like, okay, I can try my best. So I take off first. I'm taking off. And I run to the trash can and I'm just like throwing the trash out the trash can. Just like, mind you, this is me, okay? I get embarrassed quick. Mm-hmm. So like, me in a trash can already is like too much for me, right? But I'm in there, head in there.
I didn't even care. I was running through that airport.
Head through there. I'm all in the trash can, throwing it all out. Wet McDonald's on my hands and burger.
Yeah, and we found
goo.
our bag because I remember our McDonald's number was 356. I'm like, this is our bag, so it has to be like we looked in the bag, we looked underneath the bag,
everywhere.
and then even like that lady grabbed a janitor, like a cleaning lady,
Yeah.
and she literally emptied it out to double check, not in there. And we're
Yeah.
like, I'm literally like, okay, so if it's not where we were eating at, if it's not in the trash, like where could it be? Those were the only places. And then like when we were starting to board, those were the only 3 places that we were. And it's like it's obvious if you see a passport on the ground. There's nothing. There's no boarding passes. There's no nothing. So whoever took it, and I don't even know if someone took it. I keep on saying it's a mystery. Someone did.
Because my wallet was missing with my credit cards. And if you see Amex and you know Amex, you don't need no name, no ID to purchase something.
But also,
you have my Amex. You have all of my cards.
But yeah, but that can be shut off. But what is a passport good for?
Well, first off, we're in Phoenix. And I always say that we're in Phoenix. People steal IDs and passports because I don't know why. They just do it. There's no way you're gonna convince me here that I lost my passport.
Like it felt like a game. It felt like it wasn't real. It felt like we were playing hide and seek with the passport. Like
Yeah.
I know that he had it.
So listen. I'm next to this lady, which I think is the culprit.
Yeah, that's what you said too. But
Like 100%. I'm telling you right now. I had my passport when I went to the gate, but we were sitting there talking and stuff, and I was chilling. I had, you put the boarding passes inside of the passport, and then and I have it in my hand at this point because I know I have to get on it. I'm the one that told everybody to make sure they have their stuff because I knew that I had my stuff with me whole time. So I'm like, everybody, make sure I got y'all shit because we better go on this flight.
Yeah.
I know for a fact I got mine with me because I'm the one that's telling everybody to make sure that I got your passports. Make sure this, make sure that. I'm the one in charge pretty much. So I don't know if I said it next to me with my cards and stuff. Because this lady is looking at me while we're talking. We're all like this. So we're all like this talking. While we're sitting at the gate just chilling. Eating and stuff. Like eating candy and shit.
Yeah, we were like talking about this little boy that kept on looking at me every time I took like a gummy worm out. He was like licking his lips as I was eating the candy.
And she was like, he likes me. And I'm like,
that's what we were
so
talking
then I
about.
grab a candy and I'm the kid, I mean not the kid, but the lady is next to us.
The kid stole the passport.
The lady is next to us. I'm not trying to prejudge or nothing. She stole it. This lady is like looking at me with the most suspicious eyes. And do you remember what I was like?
No, he was like walking. He's like, she took it. And
I was like,
oh.
I swear to God, I was like looking at her, and she was looking at me, and I was like, I know when someone stole some shit. I used to steal some shit from the stores and shit, and she got that same look on that guilty, not innocent, guilty look on her face. The same. Alyssa said, "Are you sure?"
No, I thought you were talking about the lady that was the flight.
Oh yeah, no, she said no, yeah, not her.
I thought he was talking about her. I was like, why would she take it and then be helping us look for it?
First off, they do that too. Okay, first off, they do that too. They take your shit and help you look for it.
When we were walking through the airport, because we made these trips back and forth, like it feels like a million times. He was like, she took my passport. I know she took my passport.
Yeah.
I'm like, who?
But it's more of the wallet, because once I found the wallet, I knew that I could find the passport. But she stole the wallet because I only have two things in there. Is Amex on top of
your ID.
On top of an ID, so it's like. Shit, she see a credit card, she's gonna. I'm not saying she stole it. Straight up, she stole it.
I don't know what this lady looked like.
I do.
I was paying attention to the child that was looking at me. I didn't even notice that the lady next to me.
So we're searching through this flight. We're searching.
They're still holding the plane.
They're still holding the plane. At this point, I'm so mad that I'm like, man, fuck this flight.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm ready to go to the crib, and they're like, she's like, hey, like the flight's still waiting for you. I'm like. So then I'm like, all right, well, shit, let me run down to TSA and, make sure that I put my passport, like I said, I have my passport. We go down to TSA. By the way, if you taking stuff into TSA or I'm not joking, like real shit. By the way, if you taking stuff into TSA, they're watching you from the time that you walk in there. They have eyes on you, so they can see you. So which was crazy for me to see. Because
they took him back to the cameras.
They took me to the cameras, and I was able to literally see from the time that I gave them my passport, smile, whatever. She saw me zip it, put it in, take it. I didn't unzip it. Went through the the body scans and all that stuff, and walk with my passport. I didn't even pay for the food, so I never had my passport, my wallet out.
Yeah.
Alyssa paid for the food with her card, and I didn't have to take out nothing for me. Yeah. So it's like it never should have been out of my bag.
That's what I'm saying. This is a mystery. I believe it's a mystery because we don't know for sure.
So once I went through TSA and realized that I was like, I told the plane, y'all might as well leave because we can't get on it.
We can't find it.
You know what I mean? Like there's nothing we can do to get on this flight because obviously we can't go to Canada without a passport. We already missed. Wait.
Our bags are checked.
Yeah, mind you, our bags are still checked. So
on the way to Paris.
Yeah, so they're not gonna take our bags off this flight. So after that, the flight take off. So then I get 4-5 other workers from this airline that are showing love. I appreciate it, helping me find this passport.
We go to every single gate to ask, did anyone return a passport? We go to every single store, everything. Like we go everywhere and ask everyone. No one's turned anything in.
If you find a passport in the airport, what are your first thing you're gonna do? You're probably gonna go give it to somebody, right? If you're not trying to steal.
Yeah. Or
you're gonna leave it there. You're not gonna take it with you. It just doesn't make sense. Like you're gonna either give it to somebody immediately. You're probably gonna give it to the first gate person you see.
Now, if that ever does happen and I stumble across somebody's passport wallet, I'm leaving it there.
Yeah.
because
touch
we
it.
were trying to go back, and like if he did leave it there, we would have just grabbed it and been able to get on the flight. But when someone grabs it and turns it in, that could get through so many people by the time we're going back to look for it.
Yeah, but the first thing you're gonna do though, you're gonna give it to like a gate person.
Yeah, the first person you see.
Yeah, that way they are able to like, did anybody lose a passport? Did anybody?
Yeah, or like go over the loudspeaker.
If you're not trying to steal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we keep forgetting. There's a credit card attached to this whole thing.
We're about to go home.
We're about to go home. So now I'm like, okay, now what? What's the next steps? Well, they're like, hey, there's a flight that leaves tomorrow. How am I gonna get on this flight? It's a Saturday. And I can't go get a new passport because it's a Saturday.
And we called Lost and Found. Nobody returned anything. Nothing went through Lost and Found. So we're like, there's no point in even like looking forward till tomorrow, because what if he never gets his passport back?
Yeah.
That will never happen.
So now it's time to cancel everything. And this is where we get into the lost money part. We already are going to be late to Paris, late for our first activity, late for our first thing that I paid for, because of WestJet was already going to make us late. So we might have not made that first flight to Paris anyway. We would have to stay in Canada for a day with Drake. Okay? For a day. That was automatic. I was already calling them, see what's up. It's already going to be happening. And this is where I don't know what kind of scammy shit that Paris and everybody got going on, but this was outrageous.
Yeah.
We called the flight people, let them know, hey, someone stole my passport, my wallet. I don't have my wallet either. So it's like, at this point, it's like, it's not looking like I lost it. It's looking like someone stole it. Okay, no one turned it in, so it's not looking like a lost and found situation. It's looking like a stolen card situation, right? And I'm like, yo, this is my situation. You know, I got the airline people talking to him, like this, that, and the third. Like the online agents are talking to like the real life agents, like, hey, he lost his stuff. Someone might have stolen it, this, that, and the third. We need to give him his refund. They're like, no. They're like, no refund, no credit, no nothing.
Nothing.
So,
not even a credit.
Not even a credit. So now we're at flights for there and back. That means no credit. Even the ones that...
For 3 people.
Yeah. They don't want to give me the money back an hour before the flight, I guess. I don't know. Like, they don't want to give me that back. Okay, I'm like, all right, I'll take that L. But what about the ones that are in a week? That I'm calling to cancel way before, because now that I can't go to Paris, I can't obviously come back home from Paris. They're like, no. Okay, so I'm like, WestJet kind of scammy, right? So then I'm like, okay, let's call this Airbnb. Because Paris has really nice hotels, but not my nice hotel. But I found a really nice...
We found a beautiful Airbnb, $1 million view
of the Eiffel Tower that was outrageously nice.
It would have been, oh my God, it would have been so nice.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, like...
Let's cancel this.
Let me try to cancel this, because if, you know, I mean, I'm already missing out on some stuff, but let me try to cancel this. I'm like, hey, for this Airbnb, I'm gonna need to cancel this. So I messaged them and I'm like, hey, this is my situation. This is what's going on. I'm here. You know, I send them photos and whatnot. And I'm like, hey, this is the situation. I would need to cancel this Airbnb because I'm not obviously gonna make it. Someone stole my information. First off, I get no response. So I know what this is. It's now going on about 5-6 hours. They responded quick before. Now no response. Their normal average respond time is about 15 minutes. We're on about 8 hours now. They respond back like, sorry, we cannot help you. Just like that. And I know their names, Michael and Johanna.
You're funny.
What?
You are so funny.
Michael and Johanna, that's crazy to me. Like, that's crazy to me.
It's crazy. We didn't even like step foot.
I didn't even step foot in your Airbnb
Paris.
And you pretty much stole my money. Mind you, this Airbnb was booked a day before. So it's like it's not
even,
like
less than 24 hours before.
Yeah, like because like we was going to originally stay in a hotel, but I'm like, you know what? I got to find something better because I got some hotels sent to me and I'm like, I don't like none of these.
And like more space.
Yeah, so I'm like, I need more space. So I booked this And I'm like, okay, so like I just booked this. Like, what do you mean I can't cancel it? Like I just booked it.
And it's not like we like step foot in there and we're like, never mind. We didn't even get to Paris.
Yeah.
And they didn't even understand the situation, which I think is crazy. Like even the airline, like shit happens. I just don't like when people don't understand or have like a heart or an ear to understand. But it's like roles reversed. I've been like, oh my God, that's so unfortunate. Like, of course, cancel it. Here's your money back. You literally took our money and we didn't even stay there.
The one thing about me is I understand both sides. Even if, okay, my stuff's stolen, I can completely understand someone saying, yo, you know what? This is a free 6 bands for Airbnb. I'm gonna keep it.
That's terrible though.
But I would never do that because like it's going to like it's just not good to like.
Yeah, it'll come back. It'll come back and bite you like bad.
It's like it was supposed to be a romantic trip for me and wifey.
We were gonna get some good content.
We got some good stuff like that I wanted to plan out. I mean that I had planned out, and it's like, bro, it turned into
a nightmare, honestly.
A nightmare.
Because I felt like everyone was trying to scam us.
Yeah.
So after like the experience we had with losing his wallet and passport, now we have to deal with these people that are like absolutely not just taking our money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So then once that all happens, we found out there. So I'm telling us like, yo, like they saying they're not gonna give it back. So it's like, shit, like we gotta take that L. You know what I mean? Obviously we can call our card, call Amex. Amex gonna go through their investigation and do their whole little thing. And we're still dealing with it right now. So hopefully like, we're able to recover some finances from that trip. But so then we get to the part where it's like our bags are in Paris. She watches these YouTubers who got their bags, things ramaged and stolen while they were in Paris at the airport. So I'm like, I got all my jewelry in this bag.
Which I don't know why he would do that, but we had an expensive. Okay, I don't put anything expensive. I don't put bags or nothing in my check luggage. I don't trust people, but I obviously can't fit all my outfits we were gonna be in Paris for a while. I couldn't fit all of my outfits in my carry-on. So I had a lot of expensive outfits in my check bag. So I'm just thinking about all the money that's also in both of our bags.
Yeah, her bags and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, well, we need to try to figure this shit out because we need to get these bags back because then it's gonna be a huge L. Like this gonna be like a major. This is gonna
be. It's gonna be more than an L.
It's gonna be like.
It's gonna be a fucking F.
Yeah.
Like failures. Like a fucking fail.
So we're trying to figure out these bag situations. So we gotta go back to the airport to figure this out because that was kind of like the least of my worries because I knew that we couldn't do nothing about it until like the bags touched down somewhere. All right, guys. So our camera went dead from this long ass story. We're sorry. But listen, so we get to the part where now we're trying to figure out this bag situation. We are at the airport. Our bags touched down in Paris. For example, we went to the Bahamas and our bag was gonna be delayed or something like that. And we were able to track our bag from the time that it got flight, like, you know what I mean? We were able to check it. So WestJet doesn't have that. So I'm like, okay, like what do we do? Literally, we had to write an email, bag numbers and all that stuff. And then they had to like email us back when the bags are like located and things like that. It's no one that you can call.
It's not easy, and it's like it doesn't like make you feel confident that your bag is gonna be found.
Yes. I won't say expense really matters. I will say that it's our goods and services that's in this bag. Like it's a lot of important things that we're gonna need for this trip.
I was just like hoping for like a good outcome since all of this bullshit just happened. I'm like, come on, this cannot be the icing on, like the cherry on top. It can't. It just can't. This can't be happening.
But I mean, honestly, long story short there, we end up getting our bags back and checking our bags and everything was there.
Everything was in them. They were good.
But I will say, the way the bags looked when they got back to us, jacked up.
That's why I will not invest in expensive luggage because
my God.
They, mind you, it was brand new luggage, but it wasn't like Ramona's. But I couldn't even imagine if my Ramona came back like that after the first trip. They were beat the hell up. I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't spend money on these suitcases.
Yeah. So you guys are always wondering like, why we be missing uploads? Well, I'm gonna be honest. Like that was like 8 days of uploads right there.
That really put a damper on things.
Yeah, because listen, October 3rd was our anniversary. This all happened October 2nd, and it's like okay, from October 2nd to pretty much October 10th, we were already going to be uploading. That's why I took him with us, because I'm like, hey, I want you to upload in real time. Like I want you to edit all this stuff in real time. Like if you ever wonder like why we missed, I promise it's always some weird shit that happens, and we're trying to like overcome this stuff. And I really do appreciate Alyssa for just being understanding and stuff like that.
I was pretty understanding.
But we be trying. Yeah, I mean, I want y'all to see this shit that's happening.
As it's happening.
And it's like, when I try to do this and try to go above and beyond, some shit happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now I'm stuck here. I still don't have a passport. They still got their passports. I'm not part of passport gang no more.
No.
I gotta go up to Tucson, Arizona. I guess I can get a passport. So I'm gonna go up there pretty soon, because we have another huge trip planned for November. And like if this one is like if this messes up, it's just like, God, just make sure you're right.
Yeah.
Whole time I'm thinking as this is happening, I'm like, okay, like, is God trying to tell me something about these flights? I started looking into the flights, like, cause before all this happened, the night before, I started looking at this WestJet. I've never heard of WestJet Airlines. I started looking up their safety rating. I've never looked up a safety rating of an airline ever. So I looked at their safety rating, and I type in, has any of these planes ever went down at WestJet? And they're like, okay, they have a good safety rating. And I'm like, okay, like, cause I've never heard of this airline. Mm-hmm. And then this shit all happens. I'm like, is God trying to tell me something? So I've been looking at the flights, like, to make sure, like, they're all, like, everyone got there safe and things like that. But it did scare me, and but it did show me a lot, though, honestly. Like, put air tags on everything. On
everything. And also, I feel like we're, like, calmed down now from the situation, and we are working with our card, and hopefully we do, like, get some of our funds back.
Yeah.
But if we don't, it was a learning experience, and I also feel like everything happens for a reason. And I truly don't think, like, from the second we got to the airport and we're trying to check our bags, shit just wasn't like happening for us. It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy.
And I feel like God was like trying to, like, I don't know, he was trying. He didn't want us to get on the flight, obviously. So we didn't get on the flight.
Yeah, for a fact, I feel like
we weren't supposed to go to Paris. Like, maybe something bad was gonna happen while we were there. Like, I don't know, like,
people were getting robbed and stuff like that, like, recently there also. We didn't go there like how we went to the Philippines, where we didn't, like, take jewelry and take, like, things. Like, we took fits to, like, really,
we were
like,
trying to pop out. Like,
we trying to pop out. We had some events planned, like, you know what I mean? I had some shit planned out, so, like, I'm like, we gotta pop out, like, you know, we gotta put that shit on. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't gonna be like how we was in the Philippines. So I'm like, okay, like, maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe something could have happened, maybe not. But it's just like, damn, like, it sucks. But
it's okay. One day we'll be going back, and we won't have that experience, because it'll be the right time. Yeah,
it'll be the right time in God's time. And so we'll definitely be keeping you guys updated. But like I said, though, like, every time we got some shit, some other shit happens. So we don't ever think we just, like, not uploading. Like, bro, we uploading, bro.
We be
like,
trying.
we bro, you gotta think, like, I even planned a whole video surprising Alyssa, but then now that we cannot post because of the fact that
it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. So it's like, I literally, like, did all this shit. Like, oh my God, bro. Like, now I'm dealing with this. You know what I'm saying? I got her secretly mad at me probably inside.
I'm not. I'm over it now. I'm so over it.
It's just a super big L, because I did all this for our anniversary, and that's how we got to remember our anniversary this year.
It's okay though. We've had great anniversaries,
and I wanted to go all out because we've never been to Paris.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that there was everything that we always dreamed of. I wanted to do a lot of things like that. So I did a lot of stuff. So it's just like, it sucks that it all happened, but here we are.
And I told him, I was like, we gotta do a story time on this, because I feel like it's interesting. He really didn't want to, but I feel like we didn't celebrate our anniversary, like, on the internet, and I know some of you know our anniversary, so
you're probably like, what happened? What's going on?
They didn't even post. They ghost. Well, now you know what happened and why we didn't post. And yeah, we were just kind of like, we were low after that happened for a few days. But yeah, if you guys want to hear more story times, a lot of shit be happening to us, and it's kind of crazy how things be happening.
And one thing that we don't like to do is we don't like to get on here and, like, you know, like, everything bad just happened to us. Like, we're the only person in the world.
We have great things happen to us.
We have a lot of great things happen for us.
We have both.
Yeah, and we're getting better at filming, and that's a lot of reason why we did bring Jonas on the team, just to, like, you know, with us, because, like, he's able to, like, capture these moments and also, like, edit them and get them out to y'all, like, in real time, like, fast. Like, I mean, I know you've been watching our videos, and, like, the videos, he's an amazing editor and stuff like that, so we do appreciate him. And he was on this trip with us, and it was like, dang, it sucks that he had to, like, experience this also, because, like, this one of his first time going to Paris, and he was gonna have a good time also. So it's like, damn, like, I felt like an F up because at the end of the day, it is my passport, it is my wallet that was stolen from me. I felt like that, but at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, like
shit happens.
Shit happens, and y'all know your boy playing shit. Y'all know your boy always got some overly extravagant things that I be trying to do all the time. So it's like that's not the first and that's not the last trip we ever gonna go on. So
no, we gotta make up for it.
Yeah, November's coming up and we have the biggest shit ever. So I mean, guys, let us know what you guys think about this video in the comment section below. Let us know. You know what I mean? Your thoughts on this.
If you want any more.
Yeah, like have you ever lost your passport? Have someone ever stole something from you? You know, comment down below. Let me know how you feeling. We love you.
See you in the next one.
Adios.
Adios.